Love, love, until I feel the breath of the Spirit flowing in me.
Hello, welcome to Spirit of Life. My name is Geraldine Lee, your host, and our guest is Corey Payton. He's a life coach. Hello, Corey.
Hi, Geraldine.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You spoke quite a few years ago, and I remember you're a life coach, and also you recently got married.
Yeah, it was about almost 4 years ago that I think we last spoke, and yeah, since then a lot's happened. I've got married, met my lovely wife to be, and then went through the dating period of a year and a half, I think, and then got married and have a baby on the way.
Oh, wow.
She's at 34 weeks, so yeah, it's all very exciting.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And your life coaching has been with, is it Life Horizons?
Yes, so I'm still doing the coaching as we talked about last time, and talking about how to, I think it was deal with relationships, wasn't it, and how to grow in relationship and improve, which we all need to do. I'm still learning myself, and coaching has certainly helped me to be prepared for my relationship. And that's something I wanted to share about with you again.
Oh, fantastic. And you met at a singles conference, wasn't it?
Yep, that was organised by you, so my wife and I are very thankful for what you done with that, and it was a great conference, and my wife was there. She heard a bit of my talk and said that she'd love to hear more about me and what I talk about.
Fantastic.
So she ended up coming to a second talk I gave on the difference between masculinity and femininity.
Oh, fantastic.
She was a challenging person because she had some difficult questions, but it was good. It was really good, and apparently I answered them well, because I left a good impression. So
that's good.
Thank you for that.
No worries. Conference. Was it love at first sight?
It was. Yeah, we certainly got to know each other over the conference, and for me, it was. I felt very much at home with her, and that was a good sign for me. And then it just. Well, actually, when I met her, I knew there's something there, special about her, it certainly it turned out to be true.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then with your how did your work sort of thing develop in life coaching?
What I've noticed with the coaching, I have been coaching a lot of people about relationships. Relationships is a big thing. It's a key issue, or it's a key aspect to all of our lives. If we've got good relationships, then we can be happy. They say that is happiness. If your relationships are good, then you're going to be a happy person. And for me, relationships haven't been a natural thing for me, because naturally I was shy. I'd like to, avoid conflict. I'd like to, keep away from things that I couldn't control. So I had a lot to learn about relationships, and I made a decision early on that, if I'm going to flourish, I need to understand how relationships work, and I need to learn the techniques, or learn from those people that do it right, those people that have it together and understand relationships. So I'm glad I made that decision, because there's been a lot to learn, and there's still a lot more to learn, but obviously at this stage I've learnt enough to help people, support them in the relationships.
That's fantastic.
And, offer advice, and looking at society, there is a big need to grow in relationships, looking at family violence, looking at violence against women, issues with bullying. All these things are to do with relationship.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they say that most violent place, or where there's a lot, where people get harmed a lot, is actually in your home, which is quite
that's true.
scary, the thought of.
Yeah, it is true. It is scary that people suffer alone with these things, and not knowing what to do, and not understanding behaviour. With men or with women, and the government is seeing a need there because obviously it's increasing, and they're working at advertising and teaching people about being more forward, being more vocal about
being
the
more
issue.
assertive.
Assertive, but also talking to people about it.
Like having a voice.
Yeah, having a voice, and seeking help as well when it's quite serious. Yeah.
So there are a lot more people also open to coaching these days. Is it on an increase?
I think so, but we all like to appear like got it all together. We all want to look good, and that's a behaviour in all of us. So we have a tendency to say, when someone asks us, "How are you going?" Initial
fine.
response is, "Yeah, I'm good." So we all want to look good, and it's we all need to face that. We all want to put on a show that looks good, that's acceptable, because we want to belong. Deep down, we're scared of being rejected. We're scared of not belonging to society. Or looking good amongst our friends.
Yes.
So we have a tendency to say the right thing and to say what other people want to hear. And so that's a barrier to...
So it's like pleasing. We want to please people, and we also have fears of not belonging, fears of being rejected or abandoned.
Yeah, exactly. But what happens is the mess gets worse.
If you start doing that, it gets worse. So
when we cover up the mess, it just collects.
So it's better to just start doing the alternative, which is to open up.
Yeah, to open up, to seek help.
And it'll be uncomfortable, obviously, when you try and do that.
Yeah, it is uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, it's very important in our society today, communication. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And we probably need to go for a break now.
Yep.
You've been watching Spirit of Life. We'll be back after the break. Hello, welcome back to Spirit of Life. My name is Geraldine Lee, your host, and our guest is Payton. He's a life coach with Life Horizons. Hello, Corey, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were talking about some ingredients for good relationships, like being assertive and speaking up and things like that. What other things that are important?
I think it's difficult to say, exactly, what's the ingredient. With talking to people and coaching people, it's finding out what's missing for them, and that's different for everyone. So it's hard to say, okay, this is what you do. But having said that, there are certain gaps I see, or patterns in coaching people, and things that come up quite often, which is different for a person that's single to a person that's just started dating to a person that's married. So there's different areas, but obviously how a person deals with conflict is often, there's a gap there, because we don't often perfect that skill, and there's a lot to learn about how to handle conflict, because we were talking before of wanting to look good, and often that comes up when we're arguing with someone, because we want to win, or we want to look good in the argument, so we don't actually get to the issue. We don't get to the bottom of what
look
what the
good to
conflict's
the
about.
other person, or be right. I wasn't
both
being right and also looking good at the same time. It's
they're both very similar. So we want to be right and avoid being wrong. We want to win. It's kind of like there's the barriers to conflict, but often they come up in the beginning of a conflict because, we want to look good, we want to win.
Look good by ourselves, or look good by others, or look good by...
just by the person we're arguing with, but also in our mind that we're right. We want to be,
Just both.
Because that happens, we don't often get to the actual issue.
The issue.
Yeah, what's missing.
And have you been practicing some of this with your new wife?
Well, in the beginning, dating Liesl, she often said, "Are you coaching me?" And there's probably times where I'd practice, maybe a few questions, but she doesn't say that as often now, which is a good sign. Because certainly, when they teach us coaches, they tell us not to coach your friends, not to coach, people close to you, because it can be annoying and it can be, one-sided. So it's, that's not good. But certainly what I've understood about relationships, what I've understood about communication is always going on in the back of my mind, especially when I'm relating with my wife and how to get to the bottom of an issue, or even how do I treat a female that she would flourish, and be happy. So that's always in the back of my mind. Yes,
I remember doing a conflict management course, and what stayed in my brain was this scenario of these two people fighting over an orange.
Yeah.
And they were pulling this orange, and in the end, no one got the orange. It's just splat and opened up.
Yeah.
And the lecturer or the person who was running the workshop said that if they had communicated, they would have realized that one of them wanted the orange to juice and the other one wanted the orange peel.
Yeah.
And if they had communicated, they would have been able to solve the conflict. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, it's true. It's again, we rush in to win, we rush in to gain control, and we miss out on the communication to really discover what is the person actually thinking. And if we have the right questions, we can discover that. We can say something like, okay, what's your purpose for the orange, and work out together an understanding. Because it's like forgiveness. We can get caught up with people in our life and blame them, but we never sit down with them and ask them, okay, what were you thinking when you did this, or what was going through your mind, and then discover what was actually happening, not what was in your mind. Yeah.
But do you think that naturally people react when we ask questions, like they feel like you don't trust them or something? If you ask them more questions, say like, what's your aim? What's your motive? That could be like, of course my motive is good,
The questions can be, are important. Like if I say, why did you do that? Even just using the word why can be judgmental.
Yes, it can sound like, yes.
Like, oh, what? I did something wrong, so is
yeah.
that why?
So really, you teach people how to ask a question in a way that doesn't sound threatening.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound.
Like an example could be just, what were you thinking when that happened, or.
And you have to ask it in such a way it seems non-judgmental, isn't it?
Yeah. But also with arguing, it's important to get to the question of, okay, how can we make this right? And it's a question that comes from restorative justice, because often we think of arguing as, okay, one's wrong, one's right. But no, that's not true. Like in arguing, it's about, okay, working towards what's right for both of us.
That's good.
So that's something people miss. It's a subtle thing, but often, people don't think of that in the heat of the moment as well. But it's so important, really important to ask that question: how do we make it right? Or otherwise, the argument will just fester and repeat itself, and it will just get worse.
But
over time.
But again, when you say what will make it right, what does right mean?
Yeah, but it's right for each
Both of you.
person.
Okay,
so
it's a
what's
win-win
right for them,
situation.
What's right for me?
Yeah, that's good.
So you'd
Good
have to get the details of what. Yeah.
to understand them. So
Yeah.
it's about communication, isn't it?
And it's a different language. Like you're dealing with a person that speaks a different language to you, so you have to ask, okay, what will make it right for you? I might have my own idea of what makes it right, but then, we need to talk about, both.
Yeah, no, that's good. We probably need to go for another break. You've been watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us and we'll be back after the break. Hello, welcome back to Spirit of Life. My name is Geraldine Lee, your host, and our guest is Corey Payton. He's a life coach. Hi, Corey.
Hi, Geraldine.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We were talking about conflict management and things like that, and I remember that our family of origin, to some extent, to a great extent, is how I suppose influences how we deal with conflict. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. How you dealt with conflict as you grew up will certainly be how you do it when you're an adult. And yeah, there can be many practices in handling conflict that are not beneficial. Even in my own upbringing, it was often shunned to express your anger, and so we learned not to talk about it, things that bothered us, and that's not very healthy. We need to express ourselves and talk about things. So then, for me, I grew up with a fear of talking about my anger, which is something I had to deal with, and certainly coaching helped with dealing with that, and really helped in improving my ability to deal with conflict. Yeah.
Yes. Is it that book, Do It Afraid, just do it and then eventually the feelings will sort of subside, or is that one of the techniques? Or
yeah, it can be. Yeah, definitely. Growth is about pushing through those negative feelings. Fear isn't a bad thing, although our body just totally reacts to it, and we think it's the end of the world. But it's good to push through that and to feel the pain. But it's in the end, it's a feeling.
That's true.
Yeah.
If we let our feelings control. I mean, some people, when you go for a long run, your whole body is aching, and you just tell yourself it's just aching, and then you just accept it. But if I like the way you sort of said it, having the right attitude and just say, well, fear is fear, and,
Because it can be a big motivation. We all want to be comfortable. We all want to, feel safe. And when that's threatened, we often run the opposite direction. But it can be good for us to face that negative feeling and just to feel it. It's because it is just a feeling. It's not the end of the world. We're not going to explode. Why do we have to run away from the issue when we need to face it?
Yes. Have you worked with some people with like PTSD? Because I know with them, the fear is so powerful that they almost like go into panic attacks. And what would you do for that?
Well, it depends on the person, but obviously it's a serious issue and it's a big challenge. For me, I often talk to people about drawing the feeling and what it actually feels like, because often the words, it's difficult to explain how a person feels, but to draw it can actually help a person express themselves quite well. But it's also drawing it and
just sort of scribbling. It doesn't have to be any kind of beautiful picture or anything.
No, it doesn't. It could be stick figures. But then look at, what does the person feel about those feelings? It's often our resistance to those those traumatic feelings that exacerbate it or stop a person from processing it. You know, we can be scared of our anger, we can be scared about our shock or our fear, and that causes more issues. So yeah, that's how I approach it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And how does your faith help you with the work you do?
Well, my faith is something that motivates me to be a better person and to think about all of us together. You know, we're a community. We're not just individuals, and we're all created in God's image. So we all need to work together. And for me, that motivates me not to just be an individual. To think, okay, I've got it all together. I'm doing the right thing, and all those other people are just, you know, they're not doing as good as me.
Yes. So you're getting you're sort of rolling up your sleeves and getting involved rather than just saying, I'll just continue and sit in my armchair and be happy with my world or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. Like, it teaches me to think it's about we, not about me. So faith is, it's very important for me to grow with that mentality, which is so important. You know, we're together and we work together. No matter who we are, we have to think of the we rather than the I.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
No, that's right. And so with you and your wife, do you then have very few conflicts, or is it a discussion?
No, we definitely have conflicts, and it's just, I'm not as afraid of those conflicts. Like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's important to embrace them. It just means, okay, there's something we need to work on, you know, to be better at, and it's good to work at it. I think for me, in my relationship, I've had to learn, especially with cherishing my wife, that's been really important, is asking that question, okay, how do I cherish my wife, or how would she feel cherished? And one of the main things that often comes up is just cleaning. Because I'm not a very good cleaner.
Okay.
But I know it's important for her, and she feels cherished when
that's lovely.
You know, the house is clean. So that's something I have to focus on.
Yes.
Cleaning. Yeah. That's an example of how that's helped me. Whereas I could just avoid cleaning because I hate it, but I know that's not going to support the we of the relationship.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Yes, it's a real sacrifice, and it's and because it sounds like it's not that important to you, but it's not, because it's important to her, you're doing it, and she feels cherished. Yeah,
because it's something I learnt in coaching is for a female to flourish. She needs to feel cherished. Yeah. So that's a question I bring into my relationship. Yes. Yeah.
No, that's been fantastic. I've learnt so much, and I'm sure the viewers have learnt a lot too. I'd love to have you back sometime, but I wish you all the best with your life coaching, Life Horizons, and God bless, and wish you all the best.
Thanks, Geraldine.
You have been watching Spirit of Life. Stay tuned for next week. Goodbye and God bless you.